What up, fam? Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Fly, Eagles, fly. Playoffs.
Let's go! This ain't the Fox night. Oh, this game can he stink.
Oh, shit.
It's gone.
And in high. Welcome in, everybody. This is A2D Wednesday nights, only on A2D Radio. Every Wednesday, we are brought to you by the Counseling Center and Sunrise Detox. We know many of us and our families deal with mental health and addiction issues. We are happy to support the Counseling Center and Sunrise Detox. If you need help, reach out to our good friend Rob Lutman, 856-651-8117. That's the Counseling Center and Sunrise Detox. No eating tonight, but Frank Vespi in the house, Nate Moss in the house, Greg Milanovic, Ralph Del Vecchio, Ryan Brutto. I'm Tom Arnone. The family out there, let's talk about it. We'll do like we do every show at the end. We'll give you our locks of the week. We'll go over who's in the lead, right? Who's in the driver's seat, and you know, who's just pedaling the bicycle. Some guys are in sports cars, other guys are on the tricycle. All right, and we'll go over on who those guys are later on in the show. We'll give our week 10 predictions against the spread for every game, just because we like to do it. Latest surrounding the Sixers. Well, maybe just get some guys back. That'd be nice because they played. I'm really proud of them. The most I could ever, and I don't use the word proud for professional sports teams ever. It's not something I walk around saying like I'm proud of my guys. No, but when I'm this shorthanded and I'm giving the effort I've given the last two nights against two teams that are way better than me, given the circumstance I'm in, right? I'm proud of the effort because I've seen a lot of guys that when I do get my guys back, we're a deep basketball team. So we'll talk Sixers in a little bit. Eagles, Broncos preview, and we'll give you an Eagles Week 10 breakdown. And like we do every Wednesday night, our score prediction, offensive, defensive player of the game, and a chance for the people out there to give us theirs. And if they hit, they win a little money Venmo to them. All they got to do is screenshot it, send it over to any of the A2D platforms. Our poll question, which is brought to you by FanUp, and FanUp is the best way to enjoy fantasy sports and more. Daily NFL contests, no salary cap, win great prizes. Sign up today. They pay out immediately. Use promo code A2D.
Yeah, they're quick.
Oh, real fast. They're hitting you up. You know what I mean?
Yep.
They're letting you, like nobody ever hits you up when they like
you win. You got an email. You got an email right away. Hey, how do we pay you out?
Nobody in the history of owing money has ever hit that person up. You know what I mean? Like, yo, got your cash. Nobody ever does that. But FanUp is the best way to enjoy fantasy sports. Use promo code A2D. That's 5,000 bonus points. That's a $50 value. You can find them right on the Apple Store. FanUp.app. Oh, let's talk about it. Our poll question that you can vote on. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. That's where we're live. Everywhere you get your podcast, we're there as well. Hit the like. Hit the subscribe. Hit your throws. You know what I mean? You got a wide open throw right now. You got a wide open throw to Dallas. Got it. Can you hit it? Let us know. Like, subscribe, follow, wherever you're watching this app. You're over on Facebook, hit the damn share button. Right? You're on Twitter, retweet the bitch. You're on YouTube, pound it, comment in. Let us know where you're commenting in from. And our poll question for tonight's show is the Eagles' biggest weakness is their defense. Agree or disagree? Let us know. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. That's where we're live. Listen, you guys how I feel about the quarterback being not good enough, right? But even through that, I don't look at this offense. Now they've had games where they've been atrocious, right? Flat out atrocious, where he's been atrocious, 80 yards through three quarters, etc. But listen, man, when you don't get off the field, all right, when you don't hit the other team's quarterback, all right, I'm gonna be real with the people, so people can tell me, Tom, you never crush the defense. Oh, okay. Well, here we go. All right. When you don't get off the damn field, when you don't get to the quarterback, when you can't stop the run, when I can throw for 75% completion percentage versus you, Houston, we got a goddamn problem, okay? There's no takeaways. Nobody ever takes the football away. I don't know last time we sacked the quarterback, really. And to make it matters even worse is people out there, and listen, a guy on A2D who I love, Chucks, he's 100% wrong. He's never been more wrong in his life. The only time he's been more wrong is Rager over Jefferson. That's the only other time he's been more wrong than right now. All right, I don't understand. Jonathan Gannon has not changed anything up. He's the definition of missionary. He changed things up against the Lions and then came back the following week and was the same old dog. Same old dog you knew from the street. That's who he was. All right, nothing changed from Jonathan goddamn Gannon. So the problem is, don't tell me there's no talent around. Don't tell me when all my money is up front. All my money is up front. I said it on Monday. I paid a guy, Josh Sweat, who should never got paid that money anyway. Fletcher Cox is aging, overpaid at this point. Javon Hargraves isn't Aaron Donald, okay? And Derek Barnett has been what Derek Barnett's been. Inconsistent, all right? Clueless penalties, and he made two of the biggest plays in Eagles history. We thank you for your service. Good, sir. But
PG really made the play. He was just there to pick it up.
Still got to pick it up, baby. You know what I mean? Ask Cam. Still got to scoop it. All right. So I'll give him the credit where it's due. But we don't get there without a big hit on Case Keenum, right? They created a big play there. So there's been big plays. So, but listen, it's been downhill since and inconsistent since. So that's where we stand there. So I mean, listen, I 100% agree. Their biggest weakness is their defense because after week 2, right? When he didn't take the points, and the Niners went 99 yards or 98 yards right down your throat, it hasn't been the same. It has not been the same, and nobody out there can tell me it has. Nobody out there can tell me it has. Jalen Hurts gets plenty of criticism in this city, but it's time we start hammering some big money guys on this defense, all right, and not give the free pass city. Josh Sweat is not Javon Curse, ladies and gentlemen. Newsflash, he is not Javon Curse. Fletcher Cox is not the same player he was 3 years ago. He's not the same player. Javon Hargraves, good D tackle. Derek Barnett, not good enough, right? You go to the linebacking core, not good enough. And then you go to the secondary, right? And it's And there's a reason why teams are throwing 90% completion percentage against your ass. One, you don't get home ever. There's no pressure. The same schemes, all right? And a secondary that's not good enough, and linebackers that can't cover us. So that's where it ends. Do other people deserve blame? Yes. Is there blame to go around with this entire football team? Absolutely, guys. But at the end of the day, right, in a defensive city, when we've been through some bad football teams, we could always hang our hat on guys like Byron Evans, right, and the likes, William Thomas, for my people going back with me here for a minute. Right, right, Andy Harmon. We could always rely on some dogs over there to get off the damn field. Right, when you look at this defense, don't get off the field. So don't tell me he's blitzed more. Don't tell me he's done everything to help his defense. One damn week he bumped and run, and the next week he went back to, I'm gonna play 10 yards off. I'm scared of the world. All right, scared money don't make money. And Jonathan Gannon coaches scared, and he's got players that aren't good enough too. So it's a combo, all right? It's a combo. But when you don't even shift your scheme up, and you're the one who ran and did the dog and pony show when you got hired, telling everybody that you play to your player's strength. Excuse me? What? Get off the fucking field, and then you can talk to me about player strength. All right? It's a joke. It's a joke. And again, our offense has not been good enough, okay, either. But I'm not taking nothing away from that. But let's look at this defense weekly and tell me on a 3rd and 8 that you actually believe they're getting off the field. And if you do, I got clues I'm selling. Hit me up because they suck. They suck. And we pride ourselves in being a defensive football team for my 39 years of watching Eagles football. And if you don't believe that, I don't want to tell anybody. And that's all. That's my rant. Go ahead, boys.
Tom, like we talked about on Monday, defense sucks. The offense, listen, we can rant and rave about how limited it is because it is limited, starting and ending with the quarterback. But you literally can go through stats. You can go through eye tests. You can go based off of players, scheme, coaches, GM, the defense is historically bad. And we've kind of worried about it getting to this point, not only this season, but the past handful of years, because we kept asking the age-old question, that is, okay, what's going to happen when the Fletcher Coxes, the Brandon Grahams, the guys like that are no longer either here on the field or B, are no longer playing like themselves? And we're kind of seeing that now to where Fletcher's a shell of himself. Graham's obviously not here. Hargrave's good. He's very good, but to your point, Tom, he's not Aaron friggin' Donald. The other guy, you have Sweat, where he's not nearly consistent enough to be a bona fide starting defensive end in this league yet. Derek Barnett, somebody said it in the chat, has more penalties than tackles, and we're not even talking about sacks. The linebacking core, the best thing you can say about them is that, hey, at least they're playing their younger guys instead of the Alex Singletons and Eric Wilsons of the world. The safety core, the only guy who's really flashed anything is Marcus friggin' Epps. So that's not Anthony Harris. That's not Rodney McLeod. And that's not the guy who half the fan base thought was the next Brian Dawkins in Kevon Wallace. He doesn't even play.
2.0?
Say that again, Greg?
2.0?
Apparently. He's not even 1.0. He's not even 0.5.0 because he's barely there. I don't even know where he is. Is he on the team? I feel like we never see him. The funny thing is the cornerbacks are the least of our worries because, sure, they're not getting burnt up and down the field every time, but in a league, in an era around the league where you need your secondary to force turnovers to alleviate some of the pressure, we are just a very good cover corner type team. And that's fine, but that's not going to get it done. That's not going to help everything when you have nothing of note on the defensive side of the ball that can kind of take pressure off of it. To me, we can go and say, oh, well, guys, there's not enough talent on this team. Well, the contracts say otherwise. You could say, oh, well, there's not enough experience on the team. Well, that's just a load of BS because we talked about it on Monday, Tom. If you look offense to defense and you compare the two, the offense is where it's like, oh, there's a lot of questions. There's a lot of young guys. There's a lot of inexperience. The defense is like, well, damn, half of our friggin' leadership group is on defense. Feels like all the money's going to defense. And it starts and ends with this. Just in a vacuum, if you look at this past game against the Chargers, I have not talked to, and I don't know if I can find one person that can honestly say that after we tied it up 24-24, I don't think there's one person in this fan base that thought this defense was getting off the field and stopping them from going on a game-winning drive. So they stink. Even when the offense peaks and does things properly, we can't depend on the defense to, own up to their end of the bargain. So I hear everyone who says, oh, we need a quarterback in the draft, this, and that. We need difference makers on defense, and it starts with the guys that we can get this offseason. So,
yeah, the only way you're getting off the field is by somebody doing something to get themselves off the field. You understand what I'm saying? Like the offense has to almost miss a throw, right? You know what I mean? Like self-inflicted stuff offensively for you.
But we've seen that. We've seen that. I completely disagree with you, boys. I'm sticking with the quarterback. Sticking with the quarterback.
I'm not going to disagree with you, though. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to disagree with you. He's not good enough.
Yeah, he's not good enough. There's been a couple games where they could have won, and it all falls on his shoulders. So, I understand what this defense is doing. Let me take that back. I don't understand what this defense is doing, but I understand what you guys are saying about this defense in terms of just the hysterical rate that 80% or whatever the numbers are, whatever their record is wherever they're trending to. It's ridiculous. But still, when you look at this team and you look at some of the games that they played, there were some winnable games still in there where the defense somewhat showed up. Somewhat. And it will always, and ever will be in this league. It always starts with the quarterback. Always, it'll start with the quarterback and it'll end with the quarterback. You'll be as good as just as your quarterback is. We can be the worst defense in the league, and we still, look at KC. You know what I mean? Now it's a weird thing to say KC because Mahomes is such a talent, right? He's such a golden child. You know what I mean? In terms of quarterbacks, but their defense is horrible. And they're still getting respect in Vegas, getting favored by 7 or 10 points, and they suck. You know what I'm saying? So it starts with the quarterback and ends with the quarterback. So even though this defense is atrocious, is not what we're used to, especially in this city, blue collar, blue chipper, working hard type town. But Yeah, I'm not. I'm disagreeing with it. Even though the defense plays a part, still falls on the quarterback. Even though he kind of looks like they're getting better, he's a little bit more comfortable because he's getting help from the running game. Still missing a lot of throws.
But
Still
and
missing.
that's the stuff we've talked about all year, though, right? Isn't that how you make a young quarterback's job easier? Is to run the ball and be effective with the run.
Yep.
And to your point, Nate, you make one of those throws, the Goddard or Smith, you're winning that game.
Yep.
Kind of to that point, regardless of what the defense did. The defense, could have held the 3. You still win that game because those are throws you got to make. I was going to go quarterback, but I'm going to agree to the poll and go with the defense. You look at just this past weekend, and Nate, you're 100% right. I was going to go quarterback. It is a quarterback-driven league. But you look at what other defenses did this past week. Just this past week, I mean, how many pick sixes did we see from around the league, right? I mean, what? Cleveland got 96 yards. New England had, 2 or something, right? And 99 yards. You see them all over. We can't even get an interception, let alone pick sixes. And I know they're the magnified, turnover right there, but the whole point though is to change the momentum of the game. And Ryan, you're spot on. There was no shot that in my mind that the Chargers were coming down and scoring at least a field goal to win the game at minimum. There was no doubt in my mind that it was happening. And then kind of to that point though, also I think if there was time left, I actually think because the Chargers defense is just as atrocious, the Eagles might have come right back down and might have kicked the field goal as well. But I'm going to continue. I'm going to continue to harp on the defense. I'm going to give Jalen a little bit of a break.
Don't give him no fucking rope. Don't give him no rope. Don't give him no rope.
But this defense is just it's not there. I do like a little of the flashes you are seeing from Davion Taylor. At least he's on the field. At least he looks like he's making an impact. Mm-hmm. I will give that as some sort of a bright spot. But what's year 3 though now? Like he better be.
Listen, Mr. Wing, nobody's telling you that the game's definitely going to be won if he makes the throws. But like people are sitting here agreeing to the poll and saying the defense, blah 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 blah, right? And putting on the defense, and you guys are the issues. You guys out there are the problem on why we just can't have a good conversation, right? But you guys just still run from the fact that there were throws that need to be made. You guys are still gonna fucking find ways that spin it around and say, well, you don't know how the game would have went. Let me tell you how the game would have went. He makes those 2 throws, they win the football game. That's my crystal ball. That's how the game would have went. So knock it off. Frank, go ahead. Or Ralph, whoever's next.
What do you want to do, Ralph?
You can go. I'll go.
All right. Thank you, Ralph. All right. So I also agree to the poll.
I miss you guys. I wasn't here last week, but I miss you guys.
I also agree to the poll. I remember at least talking about this back in August we got some high hopes for this defense. This team has improved. We actually had a linebacker in Eric Wilson. Now he's no longer on the team. But I just like how guys are stepping up on the team, as Ryan said. You got the TJ Edwards, the Davion Taylor. I mean, Milton Williams is making a play here and there. But there's still a bevy of issues with this team. You have the issues with the linebackers. No true starting linebacker. You take a look at the linebackers that we signed years ago. You have Zach Brown, and yeah, that's all I gotta say. Nothing really stands out when we try to get a linebacker in free agency. They don't pan out well. So we have no true stars. Alex Singleton, he was in the CFL for a reason. He's not great. Look, I love for him to step up. I loved when he stepped up a couple years ago, but that's in the past now. But you have the lack of depth behind Darius Slay, Steven Nelson, Anthony Harris. That needs to be fixed. You have the discipline. Derek Burnett, and I do believe that Derek Burnett does have more penalties than tackles so far this season. And you take a look at the play calling by Jonathan Gannon. The lack of the blitz packages, allowing Los Angeles to march down the field during that final drive, that hurts. This was a winnable game. And of course, that solely falls on the defense. And I don't even know if Jonathan Gannon's going to manage to last 1 year here. I know everybody's like calling for his name, but I mean, when you let a back-to-back 40 point, allowing 40-point games 2 weeks in a row, and allowing the Chargers to march down the field in that last drive, and yeah, this is going to be a very interesting offseason, and I hope we invest heavily in the defense going into the draft. And I really don't like talking about the draft this early.
Sorry, everybody. I know Ryan was looking at me like, "What the fuck is Nick doing?"
No,
like,
I know what you. I know.
Yeah, what you doing. And you want to know why I was all hyped? You want to know why? Because I put out a parlay out there. Didn't get a lot of love on Twitter. Won't lie. But hey, it was for $4,000. A winning parlay for $4,000, and the Cavs were up by 1 point with 4 seconds left, and Washington fucking came back and won the goddamn game. So we got the first leg of that 14 parlay. You should have followed me on Twitter on Money Pop Podcast. We're cashing it. We're fucking cashing it. I'm telling you. Bet small, win fucking big. Let's go. My bad, yo. My bad.
Well, rolling. That's the best way to do it.
Ralphie, did you bet on that game?
Nope. Nope.
I thought you were Ralphie Vegas.
Pockets are starting to get thin over here, but I'm taking a week off.
I see.
You need to follow the boys, Ralphie. You need to follow the boys. Get that money, baby.
To the poll question real quick. It's such a hard one, right? Because as you guys alluded to a lot, is that, 1 week the offense is playing great and the defense, and then 1 week the defense plays great. But at the end of the day, dude, I always stick by this. Defense wins championships. And until you put a defense together, there ain't going to be a championship anytime soon. This defense sucks, man. I couldn't tell you the last time this team has played press coverage. I mean, if you watched every single week of the Eagles game so far, seems like they're 10 to 15 yards off the ball. It's too easy for the offense. Very, very easy. There's no blitzes. Our linebackers, yet again, suck again. Our secondary's trash. And, I think the only guy that has a pulse on this team for the first, what week we're going into? 9. So I would say about 8 weeks is Jonathan Hargrave. I mean, he's the only Javon Hargrave, is the only one that really has a pulse on this defense. So other than that, this defense sucks, and it is the biggest weakness on this team. If we don't get anything, man, oh man, it's going to be a long couple of years for us. Long couple of years.
Johnny Hargrave.
Yep, Johnny Hargrave.
Week 10.
Hey, fellas, I gotta cut this short real quick, man. My bad, man. My daughter needs somebody to pick her up. It's her first dance. Can you believe this shit?
Nice.
First dance, right? So I got to go put the mean face on.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Put on the Timbs, y'all from Philly. Put on the Timberlands. And so what's up, man? I wanted to come on and say what's up, man. I miss hanging out with you boys Wednesday. I will catch y'all. Hopefully I get back and y'all still rocking and I'll jump on.
Yeah, you got to do the bad boys. You got to do the bad boys pick up.
I need a wingman for that. I need a wingman for that. And the funny thing is, I'm in my new crib. I got the double doors, so I hit him with the one. Then somebody's got to be behind with the next one.
With the next one, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, I'll catch you boys later.
See you, Nate.
Give him hell. Give him hell, Nate.
Yeah, Mr. Wing. They did waste money on extending Josh Sweat. Like, why? Like, why right now? Like, why? Like, the timing of it is everything Howie Roseman loves to do, right? He loves to get guys early, in his opinion, before he thinks they have a big year and they cash in on them, right?
Off of injuries, too.
Yeah. So he thinks he's saving, say, $40 million in a way on being able to get this guy for 40 instead of a DN for 80, right? And his fucked up head, he thinks that, okay, that's a steal for me, right? And we're seeing this year. I mean, he hasn't got to the quarterback at all. I mean, at all.
It's so funny too, Tom, because you're absolutely right. It is the Howie Roseman move, especially the Howie Roseman in-season move, because it would be one thing if Josh Sweat, like the week he was extended, was coming off an all-pro level week. You know what I'm saying? 4 sacks, something crazy, right? It's like, oh, okay. And he was trending to that. But he's had a very pedestrian-like season, especially consistency-wise.
Well,
Go Go ahead.
No, the week he signed the contract, he played like 13% or 30% of the snaps on defense.
Yes, and that was after Brandon Graham got hurt. It's like, well, Jesus, you're gonna need Josh Sweat to play twice the amount of snaps, and he played half of them. And then it's the same thing that they did with Alshon. I mean, at least Alshon flashed something in 2016-17, or I'm sorry, in 2017. But when they extended him to that big 3-year contract, the one that I think we're still paying for, it was when he was still hurt. It was like the 3rd week in September. It's like, Jesus, what are you doing, Howard? What are you doing?
That one they paid for past services. They said thank you.
Yeah. No, I mean, the Mailata one I can understand because we know he's going to get a lot of playing time just because Jason Peters isn't here anymore, thank God. But the Josh Sweat thing, listen, he could prove us very, very wrong. And I know he has plays where it's like, oh, there he is. There's the All-Pro legend, Eagles legend, Josh Sweat. But he's not nearly consistent enough to be an all defensive, all the time consistent starting defensive end in this league. He's not. He's a role player.
No, and that's what Pete said. I mean, yeah, but I ain't paying a guy $40 million to be a situational guy.
There's a million of those guys.
It's fine if you have a guy that you believe in front of him, but with Brandon Graham's injury, and then the other side of the line with Derek Barnett, you don't know what you're going to have. So you're almost paying him to start, and I think that's asking a lot for a guy who, in my opinion, isn't good enough for that type of role. And then you just go through the levels of the defense. And listen, Davion Taylor's at a pulse. Whoop-de-doo. All right? I mean, whoop-de-doo.
You're right. Yeah, it's not impactful. No, to your point, it's not impactful, but at least you're seeing him on the field, which we haven't in the first 2 years.
Yeah, and I'm not taking a shot at him. I'm saying, like, just whoop-de-doo, like good. At least somebody, on the defense side of the football, linebacker-wise, is showing up a little bit. But the whole defense, one, isn't good enough outside after you get past your line, which was supposed to be good enough. Once you get past those guys who haven't played good enough, the rest is not even close. I mean, Darius Slade can post whatever he wants, stat wise, and Nelson's a good solid corner. I think Avonte Maddox, maybe he's had the best year of all of them that nobody's even talked about. Honestly, if you want my honest opinion, but how can I say any of those 5 guys that play in the secondary or the linebacking core who has a big part in the pass game have been successful when you go through the numbers that we can go through here that tell the story on how historically bad this defense has been. Historically bad. Like, nobody in the league completes. Dude, it's like 7-on-7. They're playing 7-on-7. That's what it feels like. Like 7-on-7 drills. Like, just shorts and a helmet today, guys. You can even go skins. It's just skins and a helmet.
Yeah.
That's all you need to do. Skins and a helmet.
And those stats you alluded to, Tom, they've happened 5 times in the history up until this year. Like, it happened 5 times in history, and then it's happened like 5 of the last 6 weeks.
Yep.
It's insane.
It's crazy to think about this. It's crazy. And Harp and Hugh, usually I agree, draft a QB. I don't even know if I draft one this year. Maybe in the second round, right? Maybe in the second round, maybe I go that way. But like, I don't know if I draft one.
But you know what's funny about that is tomorrow's Pitt versus North Carolina, right? And that's at Heinz Field.
Yeah, and how he's going.
Correct.
Yeah.
So they can see Kenny Pickett and Sam Howell.
Yep. He'll be there.
Kenny 2 gloves.
Yep.
Todd McShay says the Eagles should pick Malik Willis.
No.
How many interceptions did he have
with 5 other GMs?
What? He didn't have any interceptions, or maybe
this past week he had 3.
Was it 3? I turned it off, to be honest with you.
Yeah, 3 interceptions
because the offensive line couldn't block SEC DNs.
Yeah, I mean, the situation you're in, and because of what you have to improve defensively, you're almost in a position where it's like, well, you drafted a guy in the second round, and people are going to laugh that I'm even saying this, but that's fine, laugh away. But it's almost like, dude, you get another year, go ahead for all you short fucking, he only played 12 game guys. Go ahead, I'll give you another, and I'll go use all 3 first round picks on the defense side of the football, right? And maybe even the second round pick too. Maybe even that back too. And you know what? While we're at it, we'll get a third round too. I'll fucking revamp.
Be like the Panthers. Be like the Panthers 2 years ago.
Yep.
Just draft all defense.
All defense.
Well, all right. I'll give you guys a scenario.
And the ghost.
Yes.
All defenses and one ghost.
I'll give you guys 2 scenarios, and you tell me which one you would like. And you got to choose one of them, because I don't know if either one of them is great. Either we draft all defense in the first round, and we keep Jalen Hurts as the starting quarterback for next year. So it's a guarantee. It's like they don't even sign anybody. It's like, okay, he's our guy. Or we draft a quarterback in the first round, and then we go, half and half offense defense for the remainder.
First option is for me.
You would rather deal with another year of Jalen Hurts just so we get some identity on the defense.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah,
I
correct.
agree. I agree.
And
I can't look for another quarterback. I can't go through this bullshit again.
And just so we fully prove once and for all that he's not the guy.
Right. And of course, I'm not too excited with this quarterback class. Yeah, Matt Corral looks like an interesting prospect, but you don't know what you're going to get out of him once he's in an Eagles uniform.
Yeah,
So,
every one of them, Frank. And that's not saying that these guys can't be good, right?
Yep.
It's not saying it, but like what Greg just said is the
Right.
reason. None of them, like if I go watch any of them, and listen, Howie's such a loser that somebody's going to get him hard, right? Like like the movie Get Hard. You get me so hard, right? Like.
I watched that last night.
Me too. That's what.
Before NBA on TNT. NBA on TNT, right?
Right. Yep.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
we were locked in. We were locked in.
How are you?
We should have watched it together. I should have called.
Should have FaceTime.
Yeah.
Could have some giggles together. Hope that wasn't on a delay because I had to watch the Sixers in SD last night. Oh, that's not the same. That's not the same.
And they didn't even win for you. Oh, damn.
No, good effort. But like I don't know what the hell I was saying. Well, Greg,
Get hard. Get hard.
Well, there's no quarterback that I'm going to go watch that I'm going to sit there and say after I watch them, like, yo, that guy's the real deal. Right?
So true.
Nobody stands out for me, and it's like going into the season, everybody's like, oh, there's going to be 7 quarterbacks taken in the first round. You're Sam Howells, you're Spencer Rattler, Keenan freaking Slovis. Everybody was hyped up about Keenan Slovis. Ooh, let me see my franchise quarterback Keenan. Who named their kid Keenan in the first place? Like, come on.
His name sucks. I already know he's not going to be good.
Yeah, bad name. Bad names. But no, like you look at last year, you had a bunch of interesting names coming out, right?
But they were all good though, and right.
That's what I'm saying. You had like names, like they all were like, oh man, like some people might not like Justin Fields, other people might like them more, whatever. But you still knew, like, okay, interesting prospect, right?
Yeah.
Put up big numbers.
Yeah.
All that stuff. All those guys. Kyle Wilson. Okay, smaller school, or Zach Wilson, sorry. The smaller school, blah, blah, blah. But you still saw some things that, okay, maybe he can be good, right?
Yeah.
We already knew about Lawrence and that pedigree. And then the freaking Mac Jones. Hey, Matt Jones. So when you just circle the board, there was guys that you can like at least like say, okay, this guy, if I draft him, can be my franchise quarterback, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There isn't that guy this year, and we knew last year.
Joker, no shot, by the way. Sorry, Tom. Joker, no shot.
See, I can't tell you any of those guys are better than him right now.
Most of them are better than Jalen Hurts, but that's not saying much. To your point, to what your overall point is.
Yeah, I can't stand on that hill and say, yo, these guys are better than Hurts. So I'm not going to go there. Now, again, I'm going to circle back to one last time. This is the quarterback factory. This general manager's a loser, and he's either going to trade picks to get one or he's drafting one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And if he drafts one, fine. Like, I don't like it, but then your next 3 picks better be defense.
Yep.
Now, let me ask you this. Would you rather draft one or trade for one in this offseason? Depending on who becomes, available.
Well,
give me 4 names, Ralphie, that you think you could be. No, I mean,
Well,
who
am I trading for, or who am I drafting?
Yeah, give me 4.
Don't even worry about that. Just tell me who I'm drafting. Just tell me who I'm drafting, and I can tell you. And then I'll tell you if I want that guy or if I want to go out to the well.
Okay, that makes sense. Ralphie,
Let me see.
He's going to the machine.
I am.
Well,
Because do you even think that Russell
all right.
Wilson even becomes available though?
Yes, Russell Wilson will be available.
Yes.
Do you even would you do that then?
Yeah.
Instead of drafting one, you trade for him.
Yeah. I would send a first and a couple extras. I don't think you're going to need to send 3 first-rounders because you're going to also have to pay him.
Yeah, and he's 33.
Yeah, he turns 30.
So he's
you're right, Greg. He turns 33 at the end of this month.
Yeah.
So he'll be 34 for a majority of next season.
It buys you 2 years to get to see what this defense can do, and what this offense can do with a guy that can put the ball in the money, in terms of drafting, right? What?
No, wow. Like I mean, listen.
I don't know that I necessarily do it either because he's 34.
Yeah, like on the surface, yes, right. But okay, just tell me. I don't know, Ralph. Who am I getting, Ralph?
Say Kenny Pickett.
Kenny Pickett with one of those 3 picks in the first round.
No,
he's Mariota. So no.
Yes, I'll take Pickett then.
The kid from Ole Miss.
Corral.
Yeah, Matt Corral.
Yes.
All right.
No, because I think I'm getting Jalen Hurts again. So no. Like in a weird way. Like I think I'm not saying he's not better than him. I don't know that yet. Nobody can say he is because he hasn't played a snap in the NFL.
True.
But at the end of the day, I think I'm getting a similar skill set. So no, because the reason I said Pickett, it's a different skill set. It's I can make every throw, I'm not a big Pickett guy, right? I'm not hanging my hat on him. But if I had to argue on who probably the best quarterback in the draft is, I would probably argue Pickett because he is the NFL arm type, the prototypical. Not saying he can't run around. I'm just saying that he can make all the big time throws that a lot of these other guys, I don't know if they can make, if they can go hash to hash. But I don't know. But he can. I've seen him do it. I don't love him, but I've seen him do it. So that's the reason I say, okay, I'll go Pickett because it's different, right? All these other guys are the same. So I'd rather just give Jalen Hurts the keys.
What up, Molly?
Ralphie, I'm even throwing a caveat in. I would say no to both and just, dude, build through the draft and you got a lot of money.
And then just let him rock for a year.
Yeah,
another year.
If you go put a top 10 defense on the field, if you could somehow, with the amount of money and assets you have, the revamp a defense in a year, which is doable in the NFL when you have this kind of money coming up. Revamp a defense, and you can arguably be a top 10 defense in football, he will look better. If you can take the football away, he will look better.
Yeah.
Right? Now, part of it is playing with a lead once in a while. All right, Steven. And then he can't make every throw. So his arm sucks because I'm pretty sure he's got a pretty good arm. At least it looks like he does. So I'm not going to sit here and do semantics. Again, I'm not Mr. Pickett. I just think I think he's got the prototypical NFL.
He's more your traditional base quarterback versus your Corrals, your Willises, your Rattlers that are going to run around. No, you're absolutely right. Whether he can make all the throws or not that's why he's at Pitt for his 5th year. I mean, that's the whole point. You know what I mean? And that's a little bit of my issues with him too. Is naturally he's used all 5 years to get to where he is. That could be a good thing or a bad thing, right? You know what I mean? He could. Then that means he might be coming out ready to go versus coming out early. It's all how you look at it.
Yeah, it's just a different style quarterback you normally have. Kevo, what's up, brother? It's just a different style quarterback. That's why I say, Steven, when the Corrals, the Willises of the world, who the hell am I even missing? Right?
Carson Strong.
I don't know enough about Carson Strong.
He plays at Nevada.
No, I don't want him. Yeah, he's like a big, tall, slow.
When you just told me a guy's name, and I watched plenty of college football because I'm a degenerate. When you just told me a guy's name that I didn't know, right? And then Ralph even with Nevada.
Right.
I'm out. Listen, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I would stick with Hurts and just say, you know what?
Yeah, I agree with that.
You got to rebuild a football team. I know you got to find your quarterback first too, but maybe he is your quarterback. I said this last year, and he has not gotten any better for me. He's not. But everybody seems to think one day he'll figure it out. So I don't believe that. But maybe it can happen. Everybody say, Tom, you're a hater. I'm hoping he can be the guy. I've not seen anything yet. Now, everybody wanted to tell me put a top 10 defense around him, Tom will be different. Okay, we're gonna go do that next year. And if it's the same, you all better get down. You better bow to me like I'm your fucking king. if he still can't play, and we're still not winning enough football games. So
on Tankathon, it has us, and this is updated every day for anyone who doesn't know.
I love Tankathon.
Yeah,
It's the best. It might be the best.
Of course, it's my favorite web. I can see Tom's working. He goes, of course, this is Greg's favorite website.
I love it.
It's a great site.
Yes, it's a phenomenal site. So they have us coming out of the first round with Stingley from LSU at number 3, Aiden Hutchinson from Michigan at number 7. Don't give yourself a concussion now, Frank. And an offensive tackle from Mississippi State, Charles Cross at 14. If you came out with those 3 guys, or maybe not even the guys, the positions, those position groups.
Well, what does the kid from Michigan play?
The end.
Yeah, and he's good. He's good.
Yeah, he is. The first 2 I'm okay with. The third one, go punch yourself square in the fucking face out.
Thank you.
Okay.
That's a weird one for me.
I would with the way our tackles have been, I wouldn't hate it, but it's not needed right now.
Yeah.
No, I need a linebacker.
Not necessary.
I need a linebacker. I need to value that if I have 3 first rounders, even if the Colts somehow get the 20, we get the Colts 22nd pick and they some win games, right? Mm-hmm. Even all that, right? That last pick in the first round, if it's not one of the other ones, needs to be a linebacker. Yeah. I don't care if it's a reach linebacker. It just needs to be a linebacker. You can reach 2 rounds on a guy, and I'll yell and scream at you. But at least you took one in the first round.
So if it's Devin Lloyd linebacker Utah, you'll be like, okay.
No, that boy can ball.
No, I'm not saying he can't. I'm just saying he's not projected into the second round.
I'll say I like it. I say I like it, right? A guy playing a little cold weather, right? From the mountains coming down, just hit sticking you with a sledgehammer. Like I love it.
But now I know somebody in the chat. I know who was it? I know they brought up Nakobe Dean from Georgia.
Give me
anybody from Georgia?
Yeah, anybody.
Know how the Bulldogs have been playing this year?
I'll take Georgia's defense. Can I just switch out defense?
Can we just swap
it out?
Nick, thanks, brother.
Thank you, Nick, with the super chat. It says, what's up, ATD? You guys make Wednesday nights immaculate. What's your guys' opinion on Merrill Reese? It said about Hurts recently, all love. Listen, I love Merrill. Merrill is the voice of the Philadelphia Eagles. So before I say this, I'm going to say with all due respect, which means then I can say whatever the hell I want to say. You get up there in age, Merrill. All right. The need to run to the dial and defend the guy. Like just stop. It's a bad look. I don't know why you would have to run to the dial after you did 4 hours of calling the game, right? To then have to go defend the guy. Like let people have their opinions on him that don't think he's good enough. So I just think it's stupid. And I love Merrill, but I just don't see the need. Like he hasn't played good enough, Merrill.
Yeah.
Like if everybody else is the reason we're losing games and not him, then please run to defend the kid, right? And then to talk about how he's a leader and he's a good kid. We know this. So you're gonna run on to tell us how he's a good kid? Congratulations. That means he's good, guys. Good guy. I'm going to start, when I put teams together for baseball, I'm just going to start saying, good guy. Good guy. Can't play a lick. Good guy, though. Good guy. How about a little combo? How about a guy who's a good guy and can play? Because they're out there, too.
Yeah, Howie just doesn't draft him.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts the first leader. Jalen Hurts the first true leader that ever stepped behind center.
And that's the thing that we've all said about Jalen, right? He's saying all the stuff that we've said from day one about him. Like, we love the kid. We love the leadership. We just don't know if we can play football or at least quarterback, right? And yeah, I mean, no offense to Merrill, but he's definitely losing a step even up there in the booth this year. It's getting kind of hard to listen to him. Doesn't know what numbers people are. You know what I mean? Like, it's getting kind of hard.
Yo, when your spiders can't fail you.
Yeah.
Time to give Mataraki the job.
Great spotter.
Yeah, that's right. That's where I was going. No, David, they have to draft a linebacker. I mean, me and Ralph have been yelling about it for 2 years. I don't know how much longer me and Ralph got to tell you. All right, and I'm just speaking, not saying the other guys haven't. I'm just saying, me and Ralph have been on the record on numerous draft shows, begging, pleading,
Yeah.
we're so hungry. We haven't had a meal in years.
Yep.
Can somebody feed us a linebacker?
And especially the ones we've passed up on.
Look
They're
pretty
all really
damn
good.
Huh? Yeah, yeah. One of them plays in our division. Yep.
I'm
And the
still
other one's got a
okay.
gold jacket in Baltimore.
Yep.
Yeah, the one
Good
in
old
the-
Patrick.
The one in the divisions is, I mean, Ryan knows.
No, he might already be the greatest football player of all time. You know what I'm saying? Like you already.
But like you got,
He's that good.
well, you got two of my kids. That's a problem. This year's draft was filled with my children. I mean,
It was.
from
It was,
Sertain
wasn't
A
and
it?
whole lot of
Parsons.
children.
Yeah, Sertain, Parsons, Devontae Smith. Like you couldn't go wrong. So like the Eagles didn't make the wrong pick, right? Like for
Yeah.
once, they didn't make the wrong one. But Mike is a pimp.
Yeah.
Oh, he's
Mike's
good.
a pimp.
Yeah.
But Devontae pretty good too.
Well, it's an example of how teams, the better teams, I should say, not us. They not only draft based off of the weaknesses on the team this year, but going forward. That's why it's like, well, not only this past year's draft is going to affect this season, but draft from 2 years ago is going to affect this season. The draft from 3 years ago, it's a trickle down effect. So, like I said, like people don't bring it up. Some people do, and I get why they do it, but it's like they don't talk about the Rager against Jefferson thing because they're harping on it. But it's like, no, if you swap in Patrick Queen for Rager, well, then we're not talking about Micah Parsons as much. Or the year before, if you swap in DK Metcalf instead of Arcega-Whiteside, you're not talking about Jefferson as much. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you hit on the can't miss guys, the ones that you don't need to even think about or study all the friggin' tape and tell me why he's not fast enough to be on the outside. If you hit on him, then it doesn't need to be hard in the following year.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like 2019 draft made the 2020 draft hard. The 2020 draft made the 2021 draft hard. Some of the things you didn't hit on in the back end of this draft is probably going to make 2022's draft hard.
Yeah, and I think this draft was an opportunity. This past draft was an opportunity to draft, a talented back end guy in that defense, whether cornerback or safety, to where you didn't have to go all in this year, right? Because now, not only do you have to go all in, you have to hit on all in.
Yep.
Well, you need
and that's hard for Howie.
And you need guys to be day one difference makers.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You don't have the luxury
He
of
wants starters.
Yeah,
You need
you need
starters.
bodies. You need bodies, Ralphie.
Listen, and
I don't need another project at number 5. I mean, Jesus Christ.
No, and like, listen, Eric Wilson was a free agent signing who comes in, right? Not good enough, and then like know what tree you're going to too, Howie. Like you're going with a guy who plays next to Anthony Barr and Kendrick, right?
Yeah.
So, like, you're like his job's a little easier, right?
Yeah.
It's almost like the same thing with the Maxwell signing, right? If you just looked around who he was playing with, that defense was pretty good. pretty good.
Yes, that is correct, David. The last time we drafted a linebacker in the first round was 1979 with Jerry Robinson from UCLA.
No, we didn't necessarily say we would draft Kenny Pickett. We were given an option. And in that option, I said, okay, that option I would consider it. But I still don't. I still was on the record saying I don't want Kenny Pickett. Like I would just not draft the quarterback this year. That's where I stand, and I'm going to stand by that. And if there's one they did draft that I could say, okay, he's different than what you have, it would be Kenny Pickett. That's the only reason I would say, okay, they're fine. Pop, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, the guy had a lot to say about everybody else but himself, right? And when you come in somewhere and you're young and you ain't willing to look in the mirror, you failed. You failed, right? And let me tell you something. For all young athletes out there, right? You got to be accountability is the one thing you got to have, all right? And it ain't everybody else's fault if you don't have the game you expected to have, the game that you put the work in to have, right? You know how you can change that? By putting your head down and getting to work the next week, right? And making adjustments, right? And then you change your rookie year from your second year. You actually sit down and study the things that you need to get better at as a player, right? And you work on those things in the offseason. if that's route running, if that's A, B, C, or D, right?
Yep.
That's how you get better as a player in any sport you play. And the first sign of failure, right? And cats gonna hear a lot of this, probably too much of it growing up. The first sign of failure is it's somebody else's damn fault. All right, it ain't nobody else's fault. We gotta get better. We gotta get better.
By the way, Tom, our biggest fans back in the chat. By the way, from Monday.
Who? This guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, the haters union. We haven't talked about him. We actually, some people like myself have talked about and not just me, that we would just run it back with him. We would just run it back with him because we don't believe anybody is better in the draft. Have you ever heard of an idiotic nerd? It's unfathomable for a guy to go for common sense and data analytics and nerdish.
Basically saying Howie Roseman is the smartest dumb person or the dumbest smart person alive. He's a nerd, but he's dumb.
Jeremiah, thanks for the super chat. He is a nerd. He is dumb. He's an accountant trying to be a general manager. Just doesn't work. All right, guys. I know we're going to be flying through here. So anything left besides our score prediction for Eagles Broncos, and we'll get we'll save our little Sixers run through for the very end, and we'll keep it football. And we'll do our predictions, our locks. We'll do quick Sixers and get the hell out of here. So score predictions.
Sorry, real quick. I just wanted to touch on that. To saying Rieger can't play, just crazy how Quez worked. It's truly unfathomable how a guy that was supposed to be so talented, and it happens all the time, right? You get bust all the time. But how a guy was just touted and just it was, and then last year it was everybody else's fault but his. Kind of to your point a couple minutes ago, Tom. Right? It was everybody else's fault but his, and he can't even put it together. And we're supposed to have the wide receiver whisperer as a head coach, and he still can't do anything.
And Quez was what, sixth round?
Six
because Hightower's a fifth round, right? Yeah,
fourth.
Same thing.
By the way, did you see his first play of 2021 on the field the other day?
No, did he actually suit up?
Yeah, he returned a kick and he got obliterated. I'm like, there he is.
I was driving back from Myrtle Beach. I was on 95. I was going in and out of everyone's Facebook. I was in and out of the Facebook groups and who was streaming.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Oh. Okay, Sean gone. Then don't listen. Then why are you here?
He comes back every week and he says he doesn't want to listen. Why are you here?
Appreciate the comments, though.
Ted, you're right, Ted. We accept mediocrity. We crown players for trying hard. No trophy for trying in the NFL. Only in grade school. Carter, couldn't agree with you more. Would love a Lewis Riddick. Not going to happen.
I'll
take him.
ESPN. I hear you.
I'll take him.
Maybe that's the problem. Who was the grade school? Who was that real quick? Maybe that's the issue. Maybe because we're giving out participation trophies in grade school. We're too soft as we grow up.
Yeah, we're giving out participation trophies.
David, I just don't see where guys like those two that you mentioned would benefit us any more than just trying to giving it back to Jalen, right?
Yeah, we already have a bridge
guy. If you're talking about trading for a Rodgers, a Wilson, a Watson, somebody who come in and make an impact, I completely understand and I'm all on board. But to go with one of those types of guys that you mentioned, it doesn't make too much sense. I'd rather, as we discussed earlier, just run it back with Jalen and see what he has.
Ralphie, did you ever think of I know you were talking about free agent quarterbacks as a scenario. Did you think of any other ones?
No, and I don't even know if Rodgers is even up there. You know what I mean? Because obviously he's going to want out and trade for him. I don't even know if he would be even the most realistic one. You know what I mean?
No, I don't think he's realistic at all. I don't think he's realistic.
That's what I'm saying too. Yeah,
he's not. And
I don't
even if he
don't
does
know
hit free
what
agency, he's probably going to
the-
retire and probably end up being the next host of Jeopardy, replace Mayan Bialik. So
And I don't know what the free agency class even looks like for
I'm actually
QB.
pulling it up right now as you were talking about. So we got
He's here.
Yeah. Nothing too spectacular. Your most expensive, at least with the projected value. Ben Roethlisberger is going to be a free agent.
No.
Taysom
Yeah, so
Hill.
it's-
No. We already
Ryan
have that.
Fitzpatrick. Andy
I'm
Dalton.
rolling it back with Jalen at that. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
exactly.
just those
Yeah.
three names
This
there, I'm
class
rolling it
is
back.
not good. I
You
mean,
either
And there's-
draft one, run it back with Jalen, or
yeah,
you
run it
or you
back
trade
with,
for one.
Yeah, exactly.
But like the trade for White, like you know me, I'm Mr. Trade, but the only one that I would go automatically for is Wilson.
Yeah.
But even that's
Exactly.
gonna take some hurdles. He's gonna have to waive his no trade clause. He's gonna
Yeah.
want to come here. Like and that's the other thing that people
Yeah,
need to-
that's the first thing too. Does the player want to come here? You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
And in order for
Exactly.
him to want to come here, everyone's saying, and listen, I have been one of these people that are saying, "Oh, I don't want them to win another game this year. Get a top pick, get defense, go on for that." If you want Wilson to be here, then you by default want them to win out or have a very decent record by the end of the year.
Wilson will be able to see through that. Wilson will be able to see through that.
And see what on the other end, Howie.
And see. Well, yeah, Howie, but see the potential diamonds in the roughs, right? See the fact that you have a Devontae Smith, you have a Dallas Goedert, you have hopefully a functioning running game.
Yep.
Have a speed guy in Quez Watkins that they can play with. You know what I mean? And I think a veteran guy like that will see through the BS of us losing completely out. What up, Jimmy? And what's funny is the only guy that I'm 100% in on would be Watson. I'd even have to, depending on the deal, would have to think about Wilson just because of the age. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't put Watson there just because I don't know if he's. I just don't know with the football stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know his future.
Well, yeah, no, I agree. And I'm just saying, by the time next year or by the time the potential trade comes around, there's probably going to be some sort of closure or whatever. Something's moved on.
You would hope so.
You would think.
Yeah, you would think. No, that's true. You guys want to get into real quick predictions before we do rapid fire?
Yeah, I'll go first.
I'll
go real
Ralph.
quick.
Yeah,
Okay.
just go right ahead. Do what you got to do.
All right, Ralphie. Hey.
Real quick.
Easy.
Listen, Denver went into Jerry World, and oh my God, I was not expecting what they did last week against
I don't
Dallas.
think anybody did.
Jesus. But it's in Denver. Altitude's a big thing. Altitude's a big thing in Denver.
All right, Ben.
Okay.
We found out this up.
But either way, I got Denver
Sam-
winning this
Sam
game.
Bimmons.
I got
Richard
Denver
Simmons.
winning this game by the score of 31-20. And obviously, since Denver's winning, I'm not going to give the player of the game for them because that's not what I do. Don't want to do that.
It's not what you're allowed to do.
Yes, correct.
We don't do that.
Yep.
Greg?
Yeah, to be honest with you, I hadn't really thought too much about the game, like leading up to tonight, just because of what we've watched the last few weeks. I think it's going to be tough. I know they just traded Von Miller, but they still have a lot of good pieces on that defense. I'm going to go 24-13 Denver.
Oh, go. Oh, no. Oh,
What?
that's bad.
You don't like the Eagles scoring 13 points?
Oh, I don't care. I mean, I care, but I don't.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
I just don't. It feels like when they have a good output game on offense, they come back the next game and like lay eggs.
If they, I'm just telling you, Greg, and you might be spot on. If they only put up 13 points, there's going to be Minshew conversations next week.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm just saying.
you could realistically have those conversations now. In reality,
Good.
but no, I mean, this is Jalen's year. I think we've all said that. We've all been on that.
Yep.
This is Jalen's year. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Unless the kid is hurt, and it doesn't seem like he is, there's no reason to see Minshew, unless we need a gardener to water the plants.
To bloom the flowers.
Ethan, we're still going to be on for like an hour 30. But no, Tom's traveling. I got to get on a plane in the morning. And Ralphie's very busy. Ralphie's very, very busy.
Very busy.
Yeah, very busy.
I love guys. Ethan always chimes in. Love the chime in. But the guys are like, "You guys are going 3 hours tonight?
Yeah.
What the hell's your problem?
You're not doing a marathon stream?
No 3 hour stream tonight?
You sit in front of that camera and speak. You sit in front of that camera and speak." Frank?
I'm going to go 27-20 Denver.
27-20. Jeez, no players of the game so far.
I mean, I could give you players.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be close, but there's going to be some like F-ups at the end. Just watch.
Come on, let's get one. Come on.
28-24 Eagles.
Okay.
Players of the game.
You'll have the entire team to choose from, Tom, because I'm going the other way.
Jalen, we're gonna say Jalen Hurts, and Anthony Harris gets a pick. There you go.
All right.
Nobody can call me a hater.
24.
J-Love 28-27 Eagles due to a game we're not expected to win. We definitely are due that. I will give you that, J-Love.
Yeah.
I don't really want us to, Jimmy. I really don't. I mean, I'll never really say this, but I'm fine with us losing. But I think everybody's going with us losing here. So somebody's got to take the dub. Come on.
No.
Fucking Philly sports talk show. Jesus Christ.
Jimmy.
Can't let that happen. Clean sweep.
No, Jimmy, to Tom's point, if he went loss, I would have gone win. Because I don't have it being a blowout. I have us losing 24-23, a late field goal again. Because I think we're going
from 80 in the altitude.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Bounces in, hits the bottom of the crossbar, bounces in.
I just think it's going to be. Listen, Teddy Bridgewater is going to look like friggin' Aaron Rodgers, probably. Melvin Gordon. You know what's funny though, and I'm not going to just preview for the locks. I'm not going to predict a running back to go off against us because I've done it the last 3 weeks and it hasn't happened. But full transparency, I can see Melvin Gordon going off against us, and also Javonte Williams because I like some Javonte Williams.
We're going up against two of Tom's sons this week.
Oh yeah,
Patrick and Jerry.
We're going against So Tane, Jerry, it's like a reunion. You know what I mean? Bringing all the kids home.
Tom, we've talked about this a lot on Mondays. The Denver Broncos are the team that, like, the last 3 years, they've drafted 95% of the people you and I have wanted in the draft.
No, they really have it. They've done a good job drafting it. Again, they just can't find that quarterback, right? You know what I mean?
It's crazy. Of all the guys, John Elway can't draft a quarterback.
Hey, I'll give him Jalen Hurts.
Insane.
Frank, you have the lines and everything?
I do.
Okay.
And they're nice and Colombian. So starting
Is your team out?
You know what? We're winning 24-23. We're winning.
Well, we all knew that. I had a bet on him to win Defensive Player of the Year, Rookie of the Year. So we all knew that was happening.
Look what you did. You gave him a knee injury.
Guess who else I had? J.C. Horn. Go figure that one out.
And and you drafted Jalen Hurts in fantasy.
And I drafted Jalen Hurts. Haven't played him 1 week.
I might need him. I might trade for him because I'm struggling. Go ahead, Frank.
All right, so starting off, we got the Thursday night football matchup. We got the Baltimore Ravens heading to Hard Rock Stadium to take on the Miami Dolphins. The Ravens are favored by 7.
Ravens.
Line is low. Give me Ravens.
Ravens.
I will take the Ravens.
Ravens. Nylander went in for his third. He messed up the triple deke.
Frank?
All right, the next game, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers head to the nation's capital to take on the Washington football team. The Buccaneers are favored by 9.5.
Tampa.
Washington.
That's a lot of points to lay on the road. I know they've struggled on the road a little bit this year. I'm going to go Washington as well, Tommy. Just a lot of points. They obviously don't win the game, but that's a lot of points.
Yeah, Washington covers, Tampa wins.
Yep.
I'll take Tampa winning, Washington covers. The next game, we got the 0-8 Detroit Lions heading to the big catch-up once again to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers are favored by 8.
It's crazy to me that a team that has a quarterback that can't throw the ball is favored on anybody by more than a touchdown.
The way he throws the ball now, Greg, it looks like he's dropping it.
I'm going Lions, and the Lions very well may damn win this game.
They do play down the competition, Steelers.
They do.
I mean, Steelers should have lost this week. They should have lost to the Bears.
Yeah. No, the refs won this week. They didn't win. The refs won this week.
Lions.
Lions coming off a bye, you said?
The Lions.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
They even lost in the bye too.
Yeah, yeah, they did. That's fair, Ralphie. Good one. Yeah, I'll say Lions cover.
By the way, fun fact: the Lions are actually 0-12 because they lost all 4 of their preseason games as well. They're technically 0-12.
We're not going to see Don ever again because
Nope.
of Ralphie.
No, we're not.
I'm going to take Pittsburgh winning, but Lions cover.
Okay.
All right. Next game, we got the Cleveland Browns.
I'm with you, Nasty. I take it. Throw a little bit on it. Sorry, Frank.
It's okay. We got the Cleveland.
Jesus Christ. Greg, let him go. Let him go. Let him go.
We got the Cleveland Browns heading to the Giant Razor to take on the New England Patriots. The New England Patriots are favored by 2.5.
I'm sorry, I blacked out after you said Giant Razor. Who are they playing?
Give me
Pats.
the Pats. I'll
Who
take
they-
the Browns.
Oh, Browns, Pats? I'm serious.
Browns
I blacked
at
out after you
Pats.
said Razor.
Pats minus 2.5. I like what the Pats are doing. Give me the Pats at home.
Yeah, Mac Jones is the quarterback. Of course you like.
Who?
I'm not doing that.
Give me the Patriots.
Yeah, give me the pass.
I will take the Brownies. The Giant Razor,
It took me a minute,
Gillette Stadium's
but
the Giant Razor, Heinz Field's the big catch-up.
if you have to tell people this, they should stop watching football.
Yeah.
Frank?
I'm coming up with different nicknames for the teams. The Sunshine and the Jacksonville Jaguars head over to Indianapolis to take on the Colts. The Colts are favored by 10.
No nickname?
No.
The big horseshoe? Nothing?
The horseshoe, the big oil.
The big oil.
The big
oil
oil.
dump. The big oil dump over in Indy.
big
Give me
oil.
the Colts.
And 10.5. Give me the Jaguars.
Oh, yeah, Jags.
Give me the Jags. Who the hell are the Colts beat anybody by 10.5? Calm down.
The Jags.
Yeah.
The Jags just
By 10.
just blow their load beating the Bills
Or they start figuring out a way to win football games.
without
right?
scoring touchdowns.
They won 2 games. They won 2 games. It's a celebration in Jacksonville.
Absolutely.
That might have been the worst football game I've ever seen.
Yeah, probably. But the Colts are. Come on. I mean.
Oh, listen, I get it. I know who their quarterback is.
We still have to factor in the Carson Wentz effect. There's going to be a random pick 6 thrown or a fumble done.
What, that he's ready for every throw ever to be the greatest play of all time?
Yeah.
Like, he goes into every play. This is going to be the greatest throw in NFL history, and he throws it to the wrong team.
Yeah.
With his other hand.
Guys, I'm actually going to roll. You guys can finish up the last little bit. I'll give you my quick locks, and then Frank can continue.
Okay.
I
Frank,
mean,
get the paper.
I said what I had to say about the Sixers, so I don't. There's nothing really left to be said. They'll all come back, and we're a good basketball team. So, and I'm not talking about 2-5 tonight because that's the show going for 3 hours.
Yeah, no.
You can't.
Marathon show.
No, I refuse.
And then Ryan's just taking it right into the flight. We're just leading right into the flight, the pregame.
Yeah.
What are the records, real quick though?
All right. Let's see here. Locks of the week.
Oh my god.
In last place is no longer Greg.
Oh,
Relax, Greg. You're only in second to last by 1 percentage point.
hey, you ain't first, you're last. Well, wait, that didn't work out too well for me.
Ralphie is 4-12 on the season.
Wow.
Just like almost like the Eagles might be, or what we want. Oh no, they can't be 4-12 anymore. Either way. 25% winning percentage for Ralphie this week or this year. Greg, 4-11,
Boom.
26%. Then you have Noah, who hasn't given a pick in about 7 weeks. He's still 3-3.
Penn State beating Illinois.
Oh yeah, that's his last one.
How'd that work out, Noah?
Yeah.
Not great.
They were Penn State.
He is at 50%. Frank is creeping up to Tom. 19-14 on the year, 57% on the year. Then you have Tom, 18-12, 60%. And then I'm at the top, 19-8, 70%.
Wait. You sure you got my picks right?
Frank, would you like to read them back?
Yes. Houston. You took Houston with the 6.5 versus Miami. That did not hit. You took the Browns 2.5 against Cincinnati. That was a hit. New Orleans, they were favored by 6 against the Falcons. That did not hit. Indianapolis, 10.5 against the Jets. That hit.
2-2. Gotcha.
2-2.
Gotcha. Wasn't sure where I was at. I need the read back. I put so many things in too that I never know where I'm at. Like, you know what I mean? Then I'm like, oh, this was a lock that I had. When I'm gambling on my own here. Gambling on my own. Okay. All right. 2-2. That's what you get for putting 4 in. Then I feel like I took something the opposite of you. I guess not.
Of me?
Yeah.
Yes, Ryan did. He took Atlanta Atlanta's spread against New Orleans, and that
it was the Vikings. It was the Vikings one I should have did because you took Baltimore. That's the one. That
was the swinger.
Because where I said that. I don't know.
No. You didn't. You said you were.
Great movie.
Oh yeah.
Swingers.
You were either going to do the Vikings or you were going to do the Falcons. But you took the Vikings the previous week and they lost the Cowboys, so that swayed you to go to the Saints.
Yeah, that aged well for me. It's another weird week though, guys. Which is what's on the docket out there. Is Rodgers back?
We won't know officially until probably Sunday morning, but all things considered, it looks like he's supposed to be.
If he plays, Packers by 1 million. If he doesn't play, I don't want that. That's got to be vetoed out. I'm not locking people up for Jordan Love ever. Put it in now though, people, because he'll be good to go by Sunday. So put it in now because it's only at 3.
So Green Bay.
It's only at 3.
Frank, are you writing down by 1 million?
By 1 million. That's the line. By 2 million.
I mean, regardless, it would be a win regardless if it was 1 million. Now, if the Packers got blanked, and that would not be fun at all. So,
you know what? Give me the Eagles in here too. Give me the Eagles. We're putting the Eagles in. There's not a lot on the docket. We're going Eagles.
All right. Eagles money line or spread?
The spread. I'm thinking of spread on everything. We're not money line nothing.
All right.
Yeah, only Ralph does money line.
I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know about it.
I don't know the spread.
Give me
the spread.
Give me the Bills. Give me the Bills. The Bills are going to absolutely smoke the Jets. That line could be 4,000. I don't care. 4,000. It doesn't matter.
So write it down. Bills minus 4,000.
All right, I'm just going to write them as their current odds.
11.5.
When we get to that game, it would be at 11.5 points.
Uh-oh.
But it did open at 13.
It's shrinking.
Wills is on your mindset. It's never a good thing.
Nah, the Panthers stink. So I'm not touching the Panthers. Packers, Eagles.
Who's quarterback? Is it going to be PJ Walker?
Yep.
Temple playing for Temple. Uh-oh. Throwing to Temple. Uh-oh. That's not good things when you have a Temple combination.
You know what?
In the NFL.
One more, too. One more.
He's going to do one more. He's going to do one more.
Dude, I think the Chiefs smoked the Raiders too. I think it's been too much for them now. I think they start to take a little hit, right? They've been through a lot as a football team this year. I think they played well for a minute.
Losing to the Giants is a big hit.
Yeah, I think it continues. I think the Chiefs smoke them. The Chiefs are due for a roll job.
That I think is definitely obviously the more plausible side of it is the Chiefs have been struggling for so long and they're due to just blow somebody out. And why wouldn't it be to take over, to take the kind of back to the division lead?
So how many did Tom have?
4.
Frank, 4? Okay.
What up, Todd?
Hey, Todd.
Oh my God! You don't have over 4K in your DK because of your picks. All right, you have 4K because you hit on some daily fantasy. So keep it 100, sir. Don't start lying out here on why you got what you got.
It had nothing to do with your picks. It's when you and Tommy are aligned, then they go bonkers.
Depends.
Frank, you want to go back on the rest of the schedule before we give our locks?
Yes. All right. The Atlanta Falcons head over to Jerry World to take on the Cowboys. Cowboys favored by 8.
Cowboys. There's no way they're dropping to a Jerry World. No shot.
You don't think the Falcons cover either, Ralphie?
No.
That line to me is amazing. I mean, I know even if you count it as just an anomaly week, they got boat raced at home. How are they still giving more than a touchdown?
I think because the Falcons have squandered. I mean, they've had leads so many times, especially against the spread, and they've squandered it. You know that they're winning games as of late, but they're winning close games.
No, I'm more worried about like the Cowboys side of it. You know what I mean? Like,
oh, I hear you.
You come off a loss and then you're still favored by a touchdown. I don't know if that means the Falcons are going to cover or if that means Dallas is blowing out the Falcons.
I went with Falcons last week. I'm not doing it twice in a row. Give me the Cowboys. I can't do it.
I will take the star.
Give me Falcons.
Frank.
All right. Next, the New Orleans Saints head over to Nissan Stadium to take on the Tennessee Titans.
What's the line?
2.5.
Titans.
I'm just telling you, this is one of my locks. Kamara didn't practice today. I mean, their best quarterback might be a friggin' halfback. It's not Trevor Siemian. Yeah, no. Nope. Titans. How the hell is the line 2.5?
I don't know.
Give me the Saints.
Oh God, I feel awesome about this now.
I will take the Titans as well.
I just think coming off.
Can Titans keep doing it though?
That's where I'm kind of going, Tom. Like they keep coming off a big win after big win, and we talked about it in our group chat, right? Like we all kind of like secretly love the Titans because of the way they're built, the way they're coached. With Vrabel and the way they built their team. but can they keep doing it and doing it and doing it well?
Yes.
I'm going Saints. I think this is a down week for them.
It would be the most Tennessee Titans thing in the world, though, to beat all these playoff teams and then drop one to a team that literally doesn't have a quarterback.
Right.
It might be worse than when they.
Too, so
Well, I know, but at least who was the
game
quarterback?
on, right?
Who was the quarterback in that game?
It was Wilson, I think,
or Mike White. No, the Mike White game was
Wilson.
Yeah, because the Mike White game was Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, give me the Titans. I can't do it.
Are you cheering for me? Oh, I'm right here.
All right. The next game, the Buffalo Bills head over to East Rutherford to take on the New York Jets.
Yeah,
Buffalo is favored by 11.5.
Yeah, Bills by 50.
Yeah. Who's QBing for New York?
Mike White.
Doesn't matter. Is he back? Is he healthy?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. This is a get-right game for the Bills. I agree. They absolutely boat race them.
If the Jets beat the Bills this week and Mike White plays well, I might come in here next week and say that we should trade for Mike White. That's how little I
expect. How about we trade for Zach Wilson?
All right, boys. Finish off.
Tommy, see you, brother.
Later, Tom.
Guys out there, thanks for joining us. Like always, appreciate you all.
See you, Tommy.
Bills by 1,000.
All right, Frank. Let's do rapid fire here. Somebody's got to get on a flight.
All right, the Vikings head over to Los Angeles to take on the Chargers. Chargers favored by 3.
Could have just left you there if you would have came on
Chargers.
the trip.
I didn't know if I'd be available, Greg. I didn't want to say I would do things and then not.
Chargers.
What was the game? Sorry.
Vikings head to Los Angeles to take on the Chargers. Chargers by 3.
Chargers.
I can't. I don't know. Is Dalvin Cook playing? Give me the Chargers.
Beats me. I'm going to take the Chargers.
Pun intended.
I'm getting on the flight now. I gotta go. Did everybody go? Frank?
The Chargers. Yep. The Carolina Panthers head over to Arizona to take on the Cardinals. Cardinals are favored by 10.5.
I'm guessing by that spread that means that Kyler Murray's back.
Cards
by a million, as Tommy would say.
Hey, Ralphie, did we warn you about putting your Panthers in lock of the week last week? Did we warn you?
What do you mean?
You locked it a week to Panthers?
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
What are you,
you
Ryan?
did. Yeah, you did.
What are you, Ryan?
He did. Not exactly the money line, but the under for the Patriots.
Oh yeah.
Just saying. I said don't
lock the Panthers.
And I said, Ralphie, it's going to hurt. And be like, oh no, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, right?
Tisk.
That could have been a win on your books. You could have been ahead of Greg right now.
Next game.
Next game, we go to Seahawks Packers game over in Lambeau. Packers are favored by 3.5.
Green Bay.
Yeah, I mean, if Rodgers plays, Green Bay.
But Russell Wilson is going to be back as well. But I'm also going to take the Packers.
Carmelo Anthony.
6th man of the year.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'll get to your team in a few minutes.
Oh my God.
I have something to say to you. Yeah, Green Bay.
All right. The Chiefs go over to Sin City to take on the Raiders. The Chiefs are favored by 2.5.
Hopefully they keep it under 156.
Chiefs.
I will take the Chiefs as well. And for Monday Night Football, the Los Angeles Rams head over to the Big Jeans to take on the San Francisco.
Another primetime game for them?
Yes, to take on the San Francisco 49ers. The Rams are favored by 3.5.
Give me the Rams, dude. Dude, the 49ers just lost to Colt McCoy. Give me the Rams. Come on, dude. You let him 31 points. Yeah, he's playing. You let him 31 points against Colt McCoy, dude. Come on, man.
This might be the first time, and
but
probably
the Terminator went off. I am James Conner.
Yeah, this might be the first and last time I ever say this. Exactly what Ralph said. I agree.
Yeah, I mean, I'm on the Matt Stafford MVP reign, so we got to roll. We got to make up for that game. I need about 7. I need a 7 touchdown spot from Stafford, both for fantasy and the MVP.
Yeah, he's got to make up some ground here, Greg. He's got to make up some ground.
I got a little bit. I got kind of all my bases covered though, so we're good. Stafford might be my biggest payout.
Was that it for the games, Frank?
Yes.
All right.
All right, Frank, you ready for my locks?
Oh boy.
Ready?
I love listening to Ralph talk betting lingo.
Give me the over on the Bucks and Washington game.
Oh my god.
Hold on.
Even
what was that set at?
Oh shit. Give me a second.
Well, unfortunately, that is not a number.
I got 51.5.
Okay, 51.5.
DK.
Let me write that down too, so I'm not looking. 51.5. All right, 51.5. And then give me the under on the Browns and Pats.
Oh my god.
Browns and Pats under.
And what are the points for that?
What's
45.
the points for 45 even?
That's actually a solid bet. It's a solid bet.
That is a solid bet.
45 even. Those are my 2.
I was actually thinking about that one, but I'm not going to do it now. I'm not.
Yeah, I wouldn't touch
Same
it.
here.
No, I'm not touching it because you're on it. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Don't touch it because it's mine.
I would never disrespect you in that way, Ralphie.
Because it's mine.
Yeah.
Mine.
Frank, I'm only going to go 2 this week. I'm going to go with a conservative week here.
Wow.
Okay.
Meow.
No, listen, I've got a big lead now. I'm going Kyle Shanahan. Just play not to win, or I'm sorry, play not to lose, rather. Sorry, Chuck. I'm going to go Ravens cover over the Dolphins. They're going to, I think the point spread was what? Or I'm sorry, the spread was 11, 8, 7.
It was
9.
7. Hold on.
7.
7.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm going to take the Titans. I'm going to take the Titans over the Saints. Should I not do that because you have it, Frank?
Mm-hmm.
No, you've been momentum's been on your side, so I'm glad you and I are on the same page.
Great minds think alike.
Well, possibly, and if they lose, I'm going to just send you a really nasty text saying, "How dare you take my pick?"
But you took it first. Because I didn't give my picks yet.
Okay, go ahead.
I thought Greg was going to give his, but I'll give mine. So I'm going to go with 5 this week. I'm also going to take the Titans money line against the Saints. Over in the
Leave it alone.
I just saw you switch.
Leave it alone. Leave it alone.
Okay.
You'll understand why in a second. Leave it alone.
Okay. So for the Ravens Miami games, I'm going to go Salvon Ahmed for the Miami Dolphins with the over on rush yards set at 15.5.
Who?
Jesus Christ.
Unfortunately, he is not our Lord and Savior, Ralph. Then I will take the Rams with the spread against the 49ers at 3.5. I'm also going to take Cleveland against New England with the spread at 2.5. And I like the over at 49.5 for Green Bay and Seattle.
Nice. All right. Greg?
Get ready.
I'm going to throw a nice 3-team 10-point teaser out there. So we're going to have the Ravens +3.
Holy shit.
Oh.
The Bills -1.5, and the Bucks +0.5 point.
Greg
Yeah,
Milwaukee,
that's the
3-team
So
parlay.
what's a teaser mean?
You
give
adjust the
point.
line by 10
Yeah.
points with 3 teams.
Oh, okay.
So then, so that's one.
Wait, that's one?
That's a teaser. Yeah, it's
Oh,
all one
Jesus.
pick.
Jesus.
It's all one bet.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, Frank.
Come on, Frank.
Jesus Christ.
You're acting like
Oh,
Ralph.
okay. Last place, Ralph.
Hey, it's only by a percentage point now. Come on now.
Let's see here.
Big week coming along. I can't wait. Big week.
Why do I not have any real specials here?
Oh, he's got specials.
Oh, jeez.
Let's go with the specials.
I tried a special and it failed by 10
reading off
yards.
a
No.
restaurant
Like,
menu.
like I'm
I
looking
know.
for like
What kind of specials you got today?
Yeah.
they don't have like the player props out yet, at least for a lot of the
We
games.
got vegetable soup, escarole soup.
Minestrone, French
They don't have-
onion.
They don't have the seasoned broccoli.
Where is
Loaded baked
the
potato.
mac and
All
cheese?
right, well, I'm not doing that one.
No chef special.
No.
Bacon's good for me. You ever see that video?
No.
You know what I'm talking about? Oh,
No.
come on.
Hurry
Somebody in the comment has to know where that from is.
Nobody knows where that's from.
Bacon's good for me.
I do love me some bacon. The one thing that sucked about the trip is I couldn't have a full breakfast because then you're out golfing. You can't be doing that.
Yeah. You have to take a shit.
Next lock is going to be the Kansas City Chiefs -2.5. That is an absolute stone cold lock-a-rooney.
Frank, add lock for the Raiders for me, please. It's a joke.
Oh,
It might not be. I'll let you know.
And then I'm going to go Jared Goff over. No, it's not. I'm not really going there. I can't do that. That's.
I almost wrote that down. It was almost set in stone.
Yeah, they don't have a lot of the props out yet. Let me go to the other app.
Oh, God, Greg.
Oh, that's where it's from. Now I know, Ralph.
Oh my God.
While Greg's doing that, I got to ask you a question, Ralph. Okay, I have 2 NBA questions for everybody.
Yeah, come on, bring it, because I know where she's going.
Well, the first one's a Sixers one, so I'm going to make you wait. Percentage chance that the Jalen Brown, Ben Simmons stuff is real and it happens. And it's not 1-for-1 that everyone texting us and messaging me, oh, right, it wouldn't be. Obviously not. We would probably have to throw in a player in picks, obviously.
Can I split that in half? Like, can I say that the conversations are real,
Yeah.
but I don't know that it gets done?
Okay. So you don't think this is like a Clutch Sports Ben Simmons thing, you know, his camp saying, oh, well, look, there's teams out there that want him.
No, I completely think it's real because I think there's a lot of dysfunction in Boston, right?
Okay.
I mean, the Marcus
absolutely.
Marcus Smart conversation from a couple weeks ago, tells you all you need to know.
Yeah.
And I know they've been struggling even before that, just because Jalen Brown and Jason Tatum play the same position.
Yeah.
You know, it's tough, right? But I think I think the talk is real. I just don't know that it's going to get done just because I know Daryl's not going to give up without getting value in return.
Yeah, I think it's very real. I don't think it's going to happen. The more as time progresses, I really think the chances of us getting Brandon Ingram is very, very.
Oh, I mean, you can sign me up for that one.
Oh, me
Easy
too.
sign up.
I just
Easy.
think because the Pelicans are going nowhere fast, and I can see a point where they kind of.
Let me put a pause in this real quick.
Yeah.
I'm just going to finish my locks. One last one. Frank, I'm going over Josh Allen passing yards. I don't know what they are. They're not out yet right now,
Okay.
but I'm going over Josh Allen passing yards.
All right. As soon as I see them, I will put
Mark
it
them
down.
down.
And then I'll double dip on that one. Stephon Diggs, anytime touchdown score.
Diggs.
And I got 4.
Stephon Diggs.
All right, but no, right. I completely agree with you. I mean, yeah, you could sign me up for Brandon Ingram. As I mentioned before, there was a time pre-draft where I was so in on Brandon Ingram over Ben Simmons that you could have talked me into Ben Simmons. Lo and behold, hindsight being 2020, I should have stayed on that hill.
So the Sixers should have too.
Yeah, Sixers should have too. Obviously, I don't see, but I don't know. Obviously, they're a little bit of different player. I don't know if I'd rather have Jalen Brown or Brandon Ingram.
Jalen Brown, 100%. I'll take both. But Jalen Brown,
I think Ingram's a more pure scorer, but I think Brown is a more complete player.
Yeah, he has a big time defensive presence on the other side too.
And I think that either one comes in and makes us a contender right away.
Mm-hmm. Ralphie, what about you? The percentage chance that it's
I'm gonna say I'm gonna go high on this. I know I saw some people in the comments section, they were going a little bit low. I'm gonna go 40%. Because Greg, you're absolutely right, dude. There's so much shit going down in Boston that I wouldn't be shocked if they move on from a Marcus Smart or a Jalen Brown. You know what I mean?
I think you can bring them both to me. Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hi. How you doing?
But I don't know what Morey would give back. Is it a Maxey or would it be a Thibault?
No.
Or would it be?
It would probably be like Danny Green, a young player in picks.
Yeah.
Wait, for just Jalen Brown?
Well, no, you have to give something up at Boston as well. I mean, obviously, it's not going to be a 1-for-1.
No, it would be, like I said, the thing that would make the most sense if it was a 2-team deal, if it was just Sixers in Boston, it would be we would get Jalen Brown, Hernan Gomez, who's making $8 million. It doesn't really matter. You can just ship him off in 2 seconds. He's just a cap filler. I know people were saying not Naismith. Who's the other guy? Grant Williams?
Yeah.
Young player like that. And then we would send Simmons, Danny Green, Jaden Springer. Because technically he's a first-round pick. Yeah. I don't think much of him, and not because I don't think he's going to be good one day, but he's just a 18-year-old, 19-year-old.
Yeah.
He doesn't fit our timeline. So that's a young guy with obviously high upside. And again, if you want to throw another pick in there too, I don't care about picks. If I'm getting Jalen Brown or Brandon Ingram, I couldn't care less about picks. Because I would still like Damian Lillard, but like with Damian Lillard, it's like, okay, well, that's somebody that you're going to have to worry about getting older. Jalen Brown's still extremely young and he has years of control. And his contract's actually very good. He's not getting paid the max. He's getting paid I believe, $22 million.
Yeah, he hasn't hit that max stage yet.
Yeah, so to me, what is this, Molly Mall? He says, Boston not trading. They start center Williams pretty good. What?
Well, they're not going to trade Robert Williams. Yeah, he's the starter, yeah.
Yeah, no.
Grant Williams is the guy that comes off the bench for them.
Yeah, no, I love Robert Williams, but no, I'm not talking about him. Peyton Pritchard's another one I could see thrown in there. They just have a bunch of young guys making like $2 million.
And they're guard heavy too. You also got the kid from LSU. I don't know if he's still on the roster, but he was a second round pick. But he's a guard though, is where I'm going, right?
And I think they still have Carson.
Grant,
no.
It's funny. It's funny. I think it's a sister of Darius Slay's wife, Grant something. I think I forget. I don't know.
Hold on. This is their roster, Greg. The Celtics roster. You've got Tatum, Horford, Brown, Smart, Richardson, Hernan Gomez, Schroeder, Romeo Langford. He's the guy I'm thinking of. It would probably be Langford as the throw-in. Robert Williams, Aaron Naismith, Enes Kanter, Grant Williams, Jabari Parker, Peyton Pritchard, Bruno Fernando, Sam Hauser, Broderick Thompson.
Yeah, he must be. Maybe he's in the G League then. He played last year towards the end.
Bill says
not important. Not important.
Bill says Brown ain't going anywhere, boys. But as a fan, I would take Crybaby off your hands. Well, what are you expecting to give us, Bill?
Yeah.
I see the one. There's 2 trade scenarios I keep seeing out there. The one, it involves Jalen Brown. The other one, it's like Marcus Smart and 6 other players. Yeah. Well, number one, a volume type thing is not what Daryl Morey wants. I almost said Howie Roseman. Daryl Morey wants because we have a bunch of roster spots that are filled. You know what I'm saying? So where you would have to cut a bunch of people. And he wants big time, game changing difference makers. Marcus Smart is a very good player, but he's not listen, if you're turning down some of these other guys we've reportedly turned down, and then your big time difference maker is Marcus Smart, I think we're missing the point here. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not interested in a Marcus Smart and a bunch of stuff type package. Jalen Brown is a big time difference maker. Brandon Ingram is a big time difference maker. Damian Lillard, I would say McCollum at this point.
I mean, Marcus Smart is a good player, but I don't see him moving that needle.
He's not a bona fide number 2 option, late game scorer like that.
Yeah.
He's not a centerpiece of a deal.
Right.
No. If you traded Tobias Harris and that was the return, okay, but that's like Tobias Harris, it's a little bit different. Rye, I was just saying you're not getting Brown and you're going to get fleeced by somebody. Ben's situation is a mess.
Oh,
well, if we're going to
obviously, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I hear you, Bill. We all understand that it's a mess, but I don't think Darrow's going to let us get fleeced. I think that's why he's been overly protective of it. My second question, Ralphie. We need to have a discussion about this Lakers team, okay? So I know you still think that this Westbrook thing is going to blossom into a nice big bouquet like Nick Sirianni talks about with our football team. When are you going to realize it's just not going to work?
Like I said to you the other night, 10 games in. If we're 30 games in, then maybe let's talk. But we're only 11 games in, dude. 11 games in.
Are you happy with what you've seen?
No, not really. But like I said, 11 games in. We don't have even have our star player. Bron's not even in yet. Right? We don't even have Nunn's not in yet. Ariza's not in yet. We're still getting our starting 5 back in.
Did you say Nunn?
Yeah, Nunn. Kendrick Nunn. Yeah.
They have a Nunn and a Pope, but no Monk.
And Trevor Ariza, as I say to you every single time, Ralphie.
Well, we do have a Monk.
Just no Pope, right?
Yeah, he's in Washington.
Gotcha.
Yeah, no, that trade, they traded him away for a guy who should be a 6th man.
I don't.
Westbrook should be a 6th man.
I think that's just disrespectful.
No, it's what I see. I don't care if it's
disrespectful to who?
Yeah.
To Russ.
I would say his game in the fourth quarter is disrespectful to basketball.
Tremont Waters was the name I was thinking about.
Jesus, Tremont Waters.
Yeah.
So Ralphie, if Christmas time, right? Your Christmas present as a Lakers fan, they're the 8th seed.
Oh my God.
Yeah, then maybe let's start to talk.
Cavaliers come calling. Hey, we'll give you Kevin Love and Chetty Osman.
I'm not doing that deal, dude.
What do you expect?
I'm not doing Kevin Love and Chetty Osman, dude. I'm not doing.
What are you expecting to get? This is my question.
I'm not sure. Maybe we can get Jalen Brown out of it. You know?
Oh my God, the Lakers would just because LeBron runs the damn league.
No, I would hope that the Celtics-Lakers rivalry would come back and just to make sure that doesn't happen. No, seriously, what do you honestly think his market is?
Who?
Westbrook.
Who is he trading to get Kevin Love?
Westbrook. It would be Westbrook for Kevin Love and Chetty Osman.
I don't do that.
Westbrook has one of the worst contracts.
That sounds like a 3 a.m. trade machine deal.
Yeah.
It was 1:30. All right.
Okay.
Like I said, we're 11 games in. We're 6-5, and the West is like turning into the Eastern Conference.
Frank, pull up the machine. Share your
screen.
I'm not doing this, dude.
Yeah, we are.
You mentioned that this was an actual trade in a story that you did, or you were reading, right?
What?
The Westbrook for Love and Osman.
No, it was one I did. Me.
Oh, I thought you got that from somewhere.
Oh, I don't copy people's trades. I make my trades. So you see that sign on the back? Trade machine activated. You see that sign? It's not here to lie to the people.
Okay. All right. Let me just warm it up.
Ralphie, who are you expecting to get? You want John Wall?
We're 11 games in.
You got to start thinking now, Ralphie. The best GMs, they start planning. You want the John Wall deal to happen again?
No, John Wall's got the worst contract.
It's
the second.
He might not even get moved at all. He might be out for a whole year.
All right, let's make this quick.
All right,
Ralphie, what do you think you're gonna get? Give us a team.
Right, I don't know, dude. I'm only 11 games in.
So much for a quick show. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I'm only 11 games in. I don't know.
And you stink.
We're 6-5. We're fine.
Without
we're getting LeBron back, we're getting Ariza back, and we're getting Kendrick Nunn back.
Finish yourself.
We don't even have our starting 5 in.
I don't hear any talent in that.
What do you mean by you guys?
Well, no,
you guys always make up excuses for the Sixers. Oh, we're only running 8 guys out.
Well, it's not an excuse. It's real.
Oh
We don't
my
have a
God, dude. Give me a break. Oh, this dude's banged up. We got to call this dude up. Don't give me that bullshit.
You see
dude.
Molly rather, Ralph?
Yeah, good. I'm glad. Trez is playing good for you. He wasn't fitting here. The same thing with Hughes.
He's got too much
Hughes is
talent.
the same way. He wasn't going to blossom here. He was sitting behind LeBron.
Why?
Wouldn't be sitting behind LeBron right now.
By the way, Carmelo Anthony should win 6 Man of the Year, and it's not even close.
It's only 11 games in, Ralph. He's going to get hurt.
Yeah, it's 11 games. It's 11
Once
games
LeBron
in,
gets
Ralph.
back, he's not going to play.
What?
You see, you know what you're doing, Ralphie?
He's not going to play.
You're lashing out because we're trying to help you because know in the back, because at the back of your head, you know AD's
Dude, we're
going to
11 games in.
Yeah, you know why?
Have you seen the Western Conference this year?
Yeah,
it's
Warriors are
turning into
great.
the Eastern Conference.
Yeah,
and
no,
the
Warriors
that's
are
the only team.
The Warriors are great.
That's the only team, and the Utah Jazz, which are always.
You want a chance to beat the Warriors? Do you want a chance to beat the Warriors?
I have confidence we can beat the Warriors.
Stop.
Get off the weed.
Absolutely.
I've had enough.
You should always have confidence that your team can beat another.
No. That's lying to yourself.
Yeah.
That's like saying, "Oh, I'm going to get up in the morning."
You know what? It is kind of scary. They are 8-1, and they don't even have Clay back yet.
Or James Wiseman, and they're the number one in defensive.
Wiseman is.
Oh, so Westbrook's great and Wiseman sucks. Okay, I see where your meter is.
Wiseman's.
Yeah, I see where your meter is.
He ain't that like that.
You saying that? Oh, I have the confidence that I could beat the Warriors, currently constructed or anywhere close to where they are. That's like saying, hey, I'm going to get up in the morning. Instead of boarding the plane, I'm going to become the plane. It's just not going to happen, Ralphie.
You never know.
No, I know that I'm not going to turn into a plane.
Nine's still out, and Ariza's still out. Our starting 5 is still.
Where's the talent in those 3 guys?
Yeah.
Craig, I'm not even going to start because you got an agenda against the one guy, so I'm not even going to go there.
Who's the agenda? I don't know the agenda. Who's the agenda for?
Well, LeBron?
Oh, no. I have an agenda against Ariza.
Yeah, you think he's like 85 years old?
No, not that old. 50.
Oh, my God.
Oh, is this your burner, Ralphie?
Nope.
Warriors have played all average teams, almost all home games.
Oh, at least they're getting off to a good start then. It's good to have those cushion games then.
I mean, the Lakers have played pretty bad to average teams, and they've lost OKC twice. So, you know.
Correct. Blew 26-point leads in the games
too soon? Too soon?
It's never too soon.
That's all right.
It is never too soon.
We're just figuring stuff out.
Oh,
all right.
Exactly, Wayne. Poof, I'm a plane. Poof, we can beat the Warriors. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. Thank you, Sam. Thank you. Listen, Sam, we understand.
Yeah.
Anything else, Ralphie? What do you think? Think the OKC Thunder's beating the friggin' Warriors in 7?
No, that's outlandish. No, they're not even close.
That's outlandish.
No.
Oh, look, Ralphie.
Ooh.
Josh Giddey, the TikTok star, Josh Giddey. Great. The only guy they really have is Shea, and that's pretty much it.
Hey, put some respect.
We'll see about Josh.
Hey. Let's put some respect.
The guy who got beat by Oklahoma City twice.
And it was all Shea. Shea.
All right, so your next 5 games. Home against Minnesota.
Win.
Home against San Antonio.
That should be a win, probably be a loss.
Home against the Bulls.
Loss. And then we have a back-to-back, right?
At Milwaukee.
Oh, that's a loss.
At Boston.
That's a win. Fuck Boston.
At Detroit.
Should be a win.
At the Knicks.
Cunningham will have 50 in that game.
That should be a win.
At the Pacers.
Win.
Then you come back home.
So
in your next 8 games, you just picked 10 games. You just picked them to go 8-2. They're going 4-5. 4-6.
Do the Sixers now, Greg. Let's see how outlandish I'll get.
Yeah.
Now. Since we don't have a team, right, Ralph?
Yeah, we're running 8 men. And we're coming.
You guys always come up with excuses for them.
We
come on
don't
now.
Have a roster.
Home versus Toronto.
No, we don't have a roster. Okay.
Do we? Name 4 guys that played last night.
Okay.
Ralphie, name 4 guys who played last night.
Danny Green.
He didn't play.
Maxey.
Yeah,
He did
Drummond,
great. He did
and
great.
Korkmaz all played last
Oh,
night.
Korkmaz didn't play.
Korkmaz-
And
No,
Andre,
he
and
didn't
Andre
play.
Had a
Drummond
rough game. If Korkmaz hits one shot, we
Andre
win that game
Drummond-
last night.
Yeah.
is a starter. Still a starter in this league.
All right,
he's
name
not.
4 more. Name 4 more. Let me see your hands. I don't.
Shake Milton
Okay.
He didn't play.
played.
No, he played.
No, sort of.
No, he played.
He played.
Did you guys run 8 guys last night? Again?
I don't know. Am I allowed to say that,
That's,
Ralph?
Yeah.
that's the only one. I'm gonna say Shake.
That's the only one you know?
Wow.
Yeah.
You're disrespecting B-Ball Paul like that? You're
Oh, my
disrespecting
God.
Charles Bassey like that?
Yeah.
We had a Bassey moment.
Yeah, it was Bassey's season.
Jesus Christ.
All right, next couple games.
Yeah.
Home versus Toronto. Loss.
Loss.
Then we go on a road trip at Indiana.
Loss. Listen, Indiana needs some wins.
I'm gonna go win just because
I'll
I assume
take a
by
win.
then we'll have half of our guys back. At Utah,
Loss.
Loss.
at Denver.
That's supposed to be when Embiid's back.
Please, Embiid, come back.
Wait, I thought
Not
Embiid
looking
was out
good.
with COVID. He's out 7 weeks.
No, 10 days.
Not looking
That-
good.
No, mapped out to be at 10 days. If he travels with the team, he would play against Denver.
Jesus,
It's not looking
get the
good.
vaccine, guys. At Portland,
Win.
Win.
at Sacramento, we come home with Buddy Hield.
Win. I mean, Bassey can start in that game.
It'll be Bassey season, and that'll be
At Golden State,
Loss.
loss.
come on, Martian or Martian.
Martian.
Yo,
Martian.
Korkmaz was bad last night. I will fully admit that as the leader of the Korkmaz train. But come on, he's been there all year. You can have one off night.
My last question. It's just to Greg alone. If the Celtics, if you're in
No.
discussions with the,
No,
you already know what I'm going to say.
I will give up Matisse Thybulle before giving up Maxey or before giving up Korkmaz.
See, this is why I love this stuff, because I wanted to get on record that you would say that in a package for Jalen Brown, you would not trade Furkan Korkmaz.
Correct.
So in that trade, Furkan Korkmaz is untouchable.
Yes.
Did
The
you hear
Heat
that?
are
Ramsey?
playing
He's
has
the
them right now.
second
I heard
leader
that.
in fourth quarter points.
Wow.
Fourth quarter Korkmaz. What is an
Jesus
absolute
Christ.
horrible nickname, by the way. Thanks to Kate Scott. She's doing a great job, by the way.
Would you trade Korkmaz in the deal for Brandon Ingram?
I don't think you need to. Like, part of me is saying, like, no, is I don't think it needs to. He needs to go. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think anyone's calling for Korkmaz to be in the deal.
But
To your
he's in
point,
the top percentile in fourth quarter points.
I hear you. but you know as well as the trades go, he's not making enough money to be an impact in any of these deals.
How much is he making yearly?
I think he's only making like $3 million.
That's a steal, by the way. If he continues to play like this, that's a
Yeah, I think it was 3 for 15. I think it was 3 for 15.
All right, so we make it $5 million. That's an
Yeah.
absolute steal for a 23-year-old.
24.
I think so.
24, whatever, same thing. He's obviously starting to find his role. You know what I mean? He's starting to find his niche in the league.
I feel like he's been in the league for 9 years. By the way,
It feels like it, doesn't it?
yeah. Like,
He's
oh,
only
guys,
18.
he's still 19.
He's still 19.
Yeah.
He's still 20.
Yeah.
He just in order to continue to be an impactful player in the league, he just can't have nights like last night. They can't. You can't have a 1 for 10ers. You need to go at least 3 for 10.
Yep.
Because you go 3 for 10, we win that game last night. And I agree, like with Tom, not to be all moral victory because we still lost the game, but the fight, you didn't see this type of fight a lot in teams of the past. You know, at least for 4 quarters.
Mhm.
You would see it for a half, and then you'd be like, all right, second half, they're going to drop. You know what I mean? You saw it for 4 quarters. I think 2 factors last night. Korkmaz being god-awful and ice cold, and Doc iced out Maxey by sitting him too long in the second quarter.
Oh,
Maxey was cooking. Maxey could have dropped probably 45, but Doc decided to sit him like 700 minutes in that second quarter, and he came out and he was ice cold.
And Danny Green is the definition of a momentum killer.
Yes.
which is so funny.
Although I still think he hit more
a
shots than
buzzkill at the party.
He did. Well, you know what's funny? You're right, Greg. So we put up the meme last night with Danny Green playing like Philip Seymour Hoffman's character from A Long Day in College. And everybody in the comment section was and it says Danny Green this season, not tonight. Danny Green this season. Every comment. He didn't play bad tonight. He didn't play bad tonight. Oh, he was actually good tonight. First off, he was awful last night, and it says this season, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. He was
like, he hasn't been that bad. First off, he's barely played, and when he does play, he sucked.
Yeah.
Like
he had one good game so far, and it wasn't even a great performance. Like,
he stinks. He stinks.
It's been ass all season.
Yeah, his knees are literal dust now. Anything else, everybody, before we
all good.
Ralphie's got to go watch his Lakers. Hopefully, blow another 15-point lead in the fourth quarter, like he did to the Hornets.
Couldn't happen to a better group of guys.
Nope, not at all. Fam, as always, we're brought to you every single week by FanUp. It's the best way to enjoy fantasy sports. Daily NFL contests and more great prizes. Sign up today. Use the promo code A2D for 5,000 bonus points. That's $50 of value. You can join them. FanUp.app. Time
out real quick as you're in the middle.
Yes.
Did you know you can get tickets for tomorrow's game in Philly for as low as $7?
Jesus.
What's going on? Just because of the
That's pretty weird.
Because the team's not around?
Toronto,
that's pretty weird.
And there's not a lot of people. And then Utah, because I'm looking on ESPN, right? Indiana can get in for as low as 13, Utah 9, Denver 8. And then when we get back with Orlando, $7. It's incredible. You pay more in fees than you do for the tickets.
Bill, he asked the last second question. How do you guys think the players from whatever team Ben goes to treats them? Can't see players embracing them, and owners and GMs need to think about that. He's not going anywhere. He also says, when do you guys do the wheel? Do it. Do you do it anymore? I'm ready to win. We didn't do it this week because Tom is down in Maryland. We'll be resuming it, I would imagine, next week. But Steve does it every week on his.
Didn't Bill win recently? You're not eligible, Bill.
Yeah, it's every 4 weeks. I don't know if you've won in the last 4 weeks, Bill. But
I don't know.
I don't know either.
But to his other question, I hear you, Bill. I think it gets all blown out of proportion a little bit just because of the hatred and the vitriol that is here in Philly. Everybody's tradable. Everybody. It's been proven in all sports that everybody is tradable. So I don't think that would end up being an issue. How his teammates, receive him is a fair question. I have to think though that any team getting a Ben Simmons or the unicorn that everyone thinks Ben Simmons is would have to be pretty excited. So until he bails on them like he's bailed on our guys, they're gonna embrace him.
The only two things I'll say to add to that, Bill, because I agree a lot with what Greg said. I don't think players care. I'm not going to say they don't care, but I don't think they care nearly as much as they used to as far as like culture in the locker room and all that stuff. I think if Ben Simmons, as long as is that Malik Monk for 3, brick. Dwight Howard, brick.
Oh my God.
He's going to the line for 2.
And both of them will be bricks. I think all they care about is, okay, if he doesn't get in the way of us winning, and if he doesn't get in the way of us making our money, I don't think there's really going to be a mutiny in the locker room. Aside from that, though, every single week, our main show sponsor on Wednesday is the Counseling Center in Sunrise Detox. If you need help or if you know anyone who needs help, please call 856-651-8117. Always shouting out our guy, Specialized Physical Therapy, Dr. Paul Vidal. He's our doc, so make him yours. And Ralphie, where are the 2 locations you can find him at?
Cherry Hill and Burlington.
Wow.
Ding, 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 ding.
Good job.
Very good. Very good, Ralphie. On the spot. Better than your guy, Westbrook. Shout out to everybody who's been chiming along with us. Bobby DeGrecchio says, was at the game tonight, boys. I drank more beers than combined goals. It was rough.
Well done, Bobby.
Well done. At least you showed up, Bobby.
It was. I agree. It was close for a while, and then they just kind of took advantage of the Flyers being desperate.
I stay tuned tomorrow, fam. Stay tuned. Obviously, all throughout the week, we have shows, sometimes multiple shows every single day. You've got, I would imagine, Birds of a Feather tomorrow night. Doing some football talk. I'm sure they'll chime in on Thursday Night Football tomorrow. And yeah, we'll be back, obviously, next Wednesday. Tom and I will be back. Tom will be back. I would imagine you guys are doing a Sunday show, right, Greg?
I would think so, yeah.
Yeah, it's not I don't think you guys would miss back-to-back weeks. So Tom and the guys will be back on Sunday. Tom and I will be back. We might take Monday off just because Tom and I are both in separate locations, but either way, we'll be back next Wednesday. Hopefully talking about an Eagles win, or for some of you guys,
thanks, Billy,
an Eagles loss. So for Nate Moss, who chimed in at the very beginning, for Tom Arnone, for Frank Vespi, for Greg Milakovic, for the number one Russell Westbrook stan, Ralph Delavecchio.
Oh my God.
Future Chetty Osman, Kevin Love stan, Ralph Delavecchio. I'm Ryan Brodo. Shout out to all you guys for chiming along with us. Yes, double zeros. Tom is still alive in his weird question again at 11:08 at night. On that note, we're gonna go.